Welcome to Star Citizen. So even though the game is quite gigantic and it has many things to offer, there are a few things I think this game is lacking. There are a lot of things missing and need to be improved upon for sure, but two of them are random encounters and reason to partake in them. Now these can be from simple ship debris when you're traveling with your quantum drive, to encountering hostile NPCs across the world or locations of interest. We have gotten a lot of derelict settlements and other locations like that, or just settlements in general where some of these encounters may happen, or some of the missions may happen which may resolve in some form of encounter which was skipped. Like in most scenarios, this can happen in a way of you picking up a box really fast and leaving while the enemy reinforcements are coming in. And what I found here is another Drake Cutlass Black from the Ninetales, which has landed at this location of interest. Of course, there can't be too many of these types of locations, as it would make these encounters, these locations, relatively irrelevant. But the bigger problem here, of course, being that these locations, these positions of interest, are only for the missions, or well, for the most part. You may stumble upon them, you may find hostiles there, and of course, perhaps even something to loot. And that might be the biggest downside, as there just isn't enough to loot, there isn't enough to interact. There isn't enough of a reason for you to get out your ship and check what there is. And that is the problem with a lot of these locations that we do have. I feel like one of the things we actually are missing is lootable credit, or some form of cash that we could loot from certain locations. Let's say we manage to disrupt a drug trade going on. Theoretically, there should be some things of value at these locations for the hostiles to inhabit it, for a drug trade to be going on. It just shouldn't be credits that will be traded and the goods. It should be in a way of, let's say, cash, or crystals, or very specific currency, very specific minerals which can be hard to mine. Because I feel like that is one thing we are missing from this game. To be able to loot the specific goods. For a while it was good, like if you did the cave missions, there were guys who had actually done some mining and you could loot some minerals from them. Now that was out of proportion for sure, but it was also kind of a good idea. Like a currency based off some of these minerals that we do mine, and something that wouldn't take up too much space while having a really high value. Being able to find things like that at these locations, well, that might give us more of a reason to actually land, to look and to search for or through some of these buildings for very valuable parts of minerals, of goods, of currencies that we may find. Anyway, that's just my idea, but I do wish there was some form of a currency, even if we couldn't trade it for aUEC, but would still be able to use it as a valuable commodity to trade for certain goods. It was just my idea, and I think it's one of the biggest things this game is lacking. Anyway, thanks for watching.